Do you want to know how to price your self-published book? Today, I'll talk about how to price your book on Amazon Kindle, KDP Paperback, and CreateSpace. And we're starting now. Welcome to Self-Publishing with Dale, and if you want to master DIY publishing, then subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications for all the latest videos. How do you price your books? Do you like to price higher due to the value packed in your book, or do you price your books lower to sell more books at a faster clip? Let me hear from you in the comments. One of my viewers recently stated, "I hope you consider doing a video on pricing for KDP and CreateSpace here in 2017. Nonfiction and fiction alike, it's always tough to try and determine what your hard work is worth to you and how much people will pay for it." Man, that is an excellent suggestion, and I'm certainly glad you submitted your request. Here's the deal. There's no hard and fast rule to book pricing, but I'll give you a few suggestions that'll help you get a better gauge as to where you stand. Then, I'll tell you my personal experience and how it has worked out for me. First, check out the other books relative to your niche. Don't focus on the poor ranking books or books with no sales. The easiest way to tell if a book hasn't sold on a specific marketplace is to scroll down to the product details. If the book has any type of rank, then it has sold at least one copy. However, if you see no categories or ranking, then you know this is a dud. Fair warning. Even though a book may not sell copies in one region, doesn't mean it isn't slaying it in another. That's why when researching how to price your self-published book, do your research in the region that is most relevant to your niche. In other words, if you plan to cater to a German-speaking crowd, then check the Amazon.de site, not the Amazon.com site. After about 10 to 12 books, you'll detect a common pricing or an average. Find that sweet spot and make sure you are comfortable with pricing it there. Meaning, don't bargain basement price your book if you feel it's a solid publication. If you want to sell more ebooks faster, then drop your book down to 99 cents. Once you get about 12 to 20 copies selling per day, then kick the price up by about $1. If the sales continue at that pace for another 24 to 48 hours, then nudge the pricing up another $1. Once you see the sales slow down, then you may have found the happy pricing. If the sales take a turn for the worse, then drop the price again. Be careful, because if you have numerous publications, this process can be time-consuming and defeating. The methodology is the same with paperback, but you should focus on your bottom line more than your actual pricing. So if you normally profit $3 and some change on an $8 book, then drop your net profit to about $1. Then gradually increase the price. For paperback books, I highly recommend keeping your book around $10. Now, here's my experience and what has generally worked for me. For Kindle nonfiction books, I only drop the price down to 99 cents for Kindle countdown deals or upon launching for better exposure. You'll get a better idea of what I mean about launching a Kindle publishing book at 99 cents in this video. I find the new norm to be around $2.99 to $4.99 for nonfiction ebook pricing. That way, I'm pulling in about $2 to $4 per sale. For Kindle fiction books, I may keep pricing around 99 cents, and if I increase the pricing, I'll kick it up into the sweet spot around $2.99. I tend to price fiction compilations a bit higher since there is more content. So if a box set has about 5 books, I'll price it around $4.99 to $5.99. And I price my paperback so that I profit about $3 to $5 per paperback sale. If you have some solid nonfiction content, then I advise kicking it up significantly more. Just make sure you don't price yourself out of the market. The bottom line is, don't be afraid to test out various pricing strategies to see what works for you. Hey, if you enjoyed today's content, then share it with at least one other person into DIY publishing too. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll catch you guys soon.